Hi, my name is Colin Humphrey, and I'm doing the interview portion for the Musical Theatre Diploma Program at Capilano University.
Perfect. So, Colin, what steps do you think you will take to achieve your career goals?
Many of my steps I'll have to do in Vancouver. I will continue seeing a vocal teacher, whether that's with Kara Brown, who I'm seeing currently, or someone new who she would probably recommend. That's definitely something that I'd have to do. Taking dance lessons to hone my skills and to improve my technique at preferably Harbor Dance Center or any other dance centers in Vancouver. And then CA acting coach. I currently have one. His name's Misha Albert, who helped me with the monologue that I did for you guys and just help overall hone my skills as well.
Perfect. And what is your best and most personal memory from childhood?
One of my best memories that I get from childhood is definitely from my dance um, career, I guess you can call it. When I was really little, I used to dance, and I was the only boy, so you get to have that extra little oomph there. Being in shows was definitely a huge thing, getting all costumed up and going on stage and doing your thing. One time we used to dance tap productions where every single person that's in the tap portion of Keanu Conservatory would come together and do a huge number all together. And I remember doing that and it being one of the best things that we used to do. And my sister was also in it, so there was one time where she lifted me up, and all of the young ones got lifted up. So I remember that being a really good memory from childhood.
Okay, and what are you curious about outside of acting or performance?
My favorite subject outside of the arts is chemistry, so definitely that is something that interests me a lot. Seeing how small things can make such huge things makes me really, really interested. Um, I'm interested in films. I like watching movies whenever I'm sad or, stressed or depressed. I like to watch movies, preferably Disney, because, it takes me back to when I'm a child and everyone has a happy ending, and that's something that I love. And that also ties into why I like performing. Performing usually, especially musical theater, everything has a happy ending, and I got that from being interested in Disney at such a young age and still being interested in it today.
And are there any restrictions that would affect your physical development?
I've been physically active for upwards of 15 years now, so there are no restrictions, no huge restrictions that I see that affect my personal development.
And when you're in a stress filled situation, what happens to you and how do you cope?
Whenever I have a stressful situation, I like to tackle it head on, with as much maturity as possible. I had a situation recently where a cast member of mine did not treat me with respect because I was a 17-year-old and she was a 34-year-old, which is double my age. So I had to deal with it. As soon as I found it was a problem, I had to deal with it with as much maturity because I had to work with her. Um, Definitely, I find a lot of stressful situations because I'm younger and I deal with such older people. I find that situations, I have a lot of stress with that. I don't get stressed with school or work or shows, like putting all of those on together on top of each other. I don't find that stressful, which I'm very grateful that I don't. So that's something that I find really good. But ultimately, whenever I have a stressful situation, I have to see if it's having to do with me. If it's my problem, then I have to cope with it myself by looking internally and seeing if I need to change anything about myself to help the situation. If it's with someone else, I have to deal with it head on, ask them if there's anything that we can do to change either me or them or the situation. And that's something that has to happen to help further develop the relationship of casts.
Perfect. And what makes you interested in training at Capilano University and how did you find out about us?
One of the things is I've always wanted to do musical theater versus straight theater. So I looked up on Google universities in Canada, specifically in Canada, that have a musical theater program that I could get my bachelor's in, not just a diploma program, because that will take me a lot further doing a bachelor's versus a diploma. And Sheridan and Capilano came up. And I love Vancouver. I've always loved Vancouver. I love the feeling and the artistic vibe, if you can, of Vancouver. So that pushed me towards Capilano. I know Jennifer Lynch, who is someone that is taking the Musical Theatre Diploma Program, and she speaks very highly of it. Like I said, Misha Albert, um, who I worked with, also knows many of the administration, and he says that it's a great program, a great school. So just having that personal connection to people that go there really helped me say, you know what, I want to train here. And
Perfect.
also, and also, having the first 3 years, having that being your training, honing all your skills, and then the fourth year before you go out into the world being all the business, how to promote yourself, how to sell yourself. I found that really intelligent and I really liked that.
Great, Colin. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
That was really good.